are live, coming here with a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I'm your host, Trevor, and tonight we are joined by Alex. Alex, how you doing tonight?
Yo, yo, yo.
And we're here with Andy. Andy, how are you doing tonight?
What up, what up?
And we are here, episode 6, Vets and New Threats. Look at this. The three-man crew back at it again. I thought we had some quitters, not just named CT, but here we are. Episode 6, initial thoughts. Alex's brother, Andy.
Mike and the doctor kind of hit the nail on the head. The Banana Man being gone. Season's kind of over. Now we're just kind of running the ball out. But I actually kind of found myself enjoying this episode. I thought there was a good amount of drama that was also related to the game itself. One puzzle, but it was pretty moderate. I know, Trev, you're a big fan of the puzzle, so you probably did not like the daily elimination combo. But I was here for it. I think it gave us some, I was pretty locked in, I'd say.
I kind of enjoyed tonight's episode too. But the problem I have, there's just no heavy hitters. So it's
what about Derek? Or Derek?
Or who? It just feels very Battle for the New Champions-esque. Like, there's no big name with it. However, some of the rookies I do really like. Sydney, she is bad. I know I had her on my power rankings for moving up to a 5, but
watch it. I'll get that.
My list out? Yeah, sure, thanks.
She was high, though.
Alex, you've been a little quiet. You weren't here last week.
Sydney was a 4.
Into a 5?
No, just a solid 4.
Solid 4, okay. Alex, like I said, you were a little quiet last week. I think you and George had the same number of words spoken. Anything from last week's episode? Anything from tonight's episode to start us off? What do you got?
Nothing specifically from last week. I did just plus or minus. I did think last week's episode was good. I enjoyed it. And
the pod, right? That episode?
What?
You said that episode was good. You're surely not talking about the episode last week. You're talking about the podcast episode, right?
I liked both. Sue me, as I always say.
Oh, come on. That's not.
But just getting into tonight's episode, I kind of enjoyed this one too. And I don't know. I'm not, if we pull out the challenge back meter, I don't think it's breaking anything. I don't think it's all the way or anything like that. But I just think like 3 weeks ago, it felt like this season was like lost and unsalvageable. I kind of enjoy kind of the direction we're going here. I liked that, we had the CT turbo stuff. We had CT struggling on the ladder. We had like a close elimination with like 2 girls who were like good at the challenge. I just like what the rookies are bringing to the table. I think that's carrying a lot. And I think kind of the theme of the season so far, which was really like capped off tonight, has been these vets are old as fuck. And it's like we all kind of knew it and saw it last season, but there was nobody really to challenge them. And you had people like Jordan who are still like in great shape. This season, the theme has been like these people are north of 40. There was a room tonight full of parents. That's never happened before. And so you have like this group of new threats who are challenging them and these vets who are kind of falling out of line. And I just kind of enjoy the direction of the season, I'd say. I like tonight's episode.
Can I say this? Because hearing you say like the back meter, I wouldn't necessarily say the challenge was back. However, after last week's episode, we needed this. Like, because last episodes, for those who participated in the pod, it was very poor. If this would have been a dud, then it would have been threat level midnight. So kind of the opposite of like, are we back? I don't think it's panic button time, which I think is sometimes just as good.
I think last 2 weeks ago, we were on life support. Oh. And I think now, last week, we were still on life support. Now we're off life support, but we're still in the ER. Is that fair? Like, to me, it's crazy that you guys are even bringing up the challenge back meter. I don't even think it's close.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I just said that just sparked me to think about panic button. And I said it's neither.
So I know Andy thinks the challenge is back. I don't think we're close. Even though I admit I enjoyed tonight's episode. I'm not discarding tonight's episode. It was something we've never seen before, something above water with a puzzle. It was just something, different. And that's why I liked it.
Yeah, I just think the challenge is not back. In tonight's episode wasn't like an A+ or anything. I just think compared to I feel like the episode 0, episode 1, we were kind of excited. And then episode 2, 3, 4s of the world, it just kind of looked like not only were the episodes not great, it looked like there was really no chance to kind of get back on track. And I feel like we're back on track, but we've taken steps in the right direction.
Can I ask you this? That episode 4, I believe it was, which I gave an LVP for as the day it killed the challenge. Is that the lowest moment that we'll ever get in challenge history? Like,
No.
talk about Alex, you just brought up the point of, yeah, like the challenge back meter is not actually there, but like we're taking a step in the right direction. Like, is there even like, can we even get lower than that? Like,
yes. I personally think that the absolute, like, I'm not kidding. When we were in limbo, I didn't even know what was happening in the show. Like, Trev, when it was pretty much just me and you running the pod, like, that's nightmare fuel for me. So I certainly think we can still get back there. You mentioned, like, the cast is not great. We could take a nosedive throughout the rest of this season. We still got a long ways to go.
I don't know. So let's dive right in tonight's episode. Pre-challenge, we kind of talk about we kind of see the rookie bus. Alex, what'd you think about the whole rookie bus? Them talking shit, kind of being like, "We're gonna run this game," blah blah blah, all this stuff. Out with the old, in with the new, all that shit. What do you think?
I mean, I like that we're getting footage of the bus. The bus footage used to be staples back in the day. I'm remembering a CT Jordan fight, Thomas and Cara playing rock, paper, scissors, Tony and Camilla hooking up when I think he was engaged or possibly married. Just like plenty of moments like that. This was not that. It was more kind of them scheming, but I like them being back on the bus. I feel like we haven't seen shots of that, of inside of a challenge bus in like 2-3 seasons. So I enjoyed being in there with them.
Andy, did you bring up last week we wanted more bus trips and like we wanted to see the bus?
Certainly not all of us are listening to the pod, let alone being on it.
So what do you mean? I did listen to it.
Yes, Trev, I did. I love the bus shots.
God,
and they gave us more. And that was a great way to set the tone for tonight. And it actually was relevant stuff. Like, it was relevant of this, hey, we're the new threats, let's band together. And then it played out. Like, that was actually, I don't feel like we don't see that often. Usually the drama they try to throw in is just like, oh, look, Ashley's shaking her ass. I'm here for it, but cool.
Should we be worried in a few years when George and AM Jr. are going to be taking the bus to Mount Vernon Elementary and they're going to be plotting to take over Stir the Pod?
We get footage of them.
Yes. Oh, we're going to take over. We're going to take over Stir the Pod. Alex, my dad, he's so mean.
I mean,
what else we got?
AM Jr. would say, "What's Stir the Pod?"
Come on. I think he still has a better chance of being on the pod than Adam this season.
I don't hate that.
Isn't he due on your wedding?
God. Yes.
God, people forget that. All right. So the rookies have their little bus moment. Then we kind of have the vets talking it out. This whole vet alliance, Anissa makes no sense to me. Like, she is a moron. Like, she is playing both sides. Makes no, and it's bad. Like, they're obviously can see that. And one of the reasons, and I don't want to jump in or jump too far ahead, but like one of the reasons why she got voted in.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's like, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. You also can't teach humpback whales new tricks. Like Anissa does. She's always playing the middle. It happens every year. It's happened for 2 decades now. Her real world season was 9/11. People forget that. And I unfortunately we didn't see her go home. I think, well, I guess we'll get into that later a little bit. But the fact that we had to get like an actual good challenger going home instead of her when we were kind of close to that. But she just always plays the middle.
She does. She's kind of just like the center hole of a donut. Like just smack dab in the middle, just kind of chopping her way around, always making sure one side's equal to the others. That's Anissa.
Yeah, she sucks. But actually, I'll save it for a little bit. Let's go into the daily. Daily, Alex, you want to explain the daily?
Sure. As TJ said, I don't think he's ever seen this before. It was an apparatus above water, and it was basically like jump in, swim to the thing. And I'm sure they explained it, and I must have missed it, but it really just seemed like a big mix and mash of like you can go up this thing, and there was like a rope swing and a peg wall and a ladder and just like different ways to kind of move around. It's kind of like a Mario Party mini game, especially the fact that like they had kind of one team on each side. It was kind of like a 2v2 mini game, and you could just kind of go up, get your puzzle pieces. I don't know if we've seen this before. There was a puzzle at the very end, and once they solved their puzzle, they were finished. So this felt like a challenge that like I had like seen in my dreams before. Like it wasn't like they probably never done this exact daily, but just like it was like a combination of every single one of these before.
You talked about Mario Party. The Mario Party game that I think of with this was the one where you're with a partner. And I think it's Luigi's Mansion where you have the ladder and you're like moving back and forth and you're trying to like, you get what I'm saying? And you're like moving up.
There's
moving
like,
down.
are there paint cans blocking some of the floors?
Yes. You have to like, you can't go that way. Then you go up. Then the other person. That's a classic one. And then the other one where you have to like, I think it goes up. It's not Luigi's Mansion, but you're going up and it has like the shapes. So you're screaming at the person, go up first and then I'll side left or whatever.
It's like you're moving furniture.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. And then the best part about it is you're screaming at the other team next to you. You're like, oh, go right, go right, go right to fuck them up and stuff. Oh, so good. But this daily, let me bring up. Has this performance today by CT, is this the worst performance in CT's history?
It has to be. This was embarrassing.
I mean, and I hate to say it, and I know we make fun of Anissa every fucking episode in Stir the Pod history. Anissa looked better than CT in this daily. I'll say it.
It's just a fact. That's not even a take.
I mean, he looked terrible. Honestly, I would have sent him in. If I was TJ, I would have just sent him in. I wouldn't give a shit about the rules. They're just making up shit on the fly. Guys, elimination. We're doing it after that. Because that's bullshit. Now that what's her name's gone, like a spoiler alert, is gone. Like,
whoa.
It was clearly CT's fault.
Did either of you remember him being stretchered off previously?
No, they just showed Derek's clip. They're like, "Oh, this is CT," and then showed Derek.
I vaguely remember it because I think it was also in like like this season on, or like the trailer or something like that. So I think I've like seen it like more than one time.
I feel like they made a big hubbub about that, when in reality, like, it didn't stick out. Like, when I think of the big falls, like, I think of Tony, I think Leroy had one too. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
really think of CT as having something that would be this quote unquote impactful, let alone the fact he's 425 pounds.
Neither did I. And so I guess, do you guys both think, neither of you think that he was throwing it, right?
No.
Yeah, I didn't.
No.
I never thought that either, and it really seemed like just only the rookies kind of thought that. There was no benefit to him throwing it, and I think the only other explanation, which I think is what happened, is just he's like he said, he's 45, out of shape, fat, couldn't climb the ladder, got carted off a season ago doing a similar thing. Like that all kind of adds up, but it was just like this is something that you don't see happen to Bananas, happen to Jordan. And honestly, like up until this point, I hadn't seen it happen to CT. But like you just reach a point when you're so big, and it doesn't help that Anissa's on the other side of this contraption weighing it down. Like I don't know. It was kind of a wild moment to see that happen to CT. It was like seeing an athlete in their final season of a sport, and it's like this guy just doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, I don't know anymore. Just, and when people talk about him being the GOAT, I point to this.
How often?
Yeah.
Like, as of like the last hour?
No, I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying is, like, you look at his last season.
Daily?
What was his last? No, shut up. Enough. You know what? I'm fucking done with this show. But you look at his last performances. What did he do? I'm pulling up his stats right now.
He lost last season to Nehemiah.
Yeah, like he hasn't.
Is that
done
what you're
shit.
talking about?
I just feel like he hasn't done shit in a while. But I'm looking, and he has Spies, Lies, and Allies and Double Agents. He won back to back. Battle of the Eras, he looked terrible in, and this season he looked terrible in. Damn, I was actually wrong. I forgot he won back to back. You know me. I've always been against CT. I've always been against CT.
The thing about CT is, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if he showed up next season in like pretty good shape. He's kind of got that Jonah Hill to him.
Yeah. I mean, I threw on Pluto as we're doing this recording, and it's X's too. And there was literally a shot like 20 minutes or 10 minutes ago of CT walking into like a bedroom conversation with his shirt off, just looking like jacked, like in great shape. And this is X's too. This isn't even like peak CT. It's just like a shade after it, but like he looks like he's in great shape. And then it also shows Bananas, who's like in typical kind of banana shape. And Bananas kind of always comes in the same way. He's like always looking, like that same kind of build. He's not getting any bigger or anything like that. And CT is just like Jonah Hill. He's just going up and down all around. And this is probably the biggest and most obese he's ever been. Because I feel like even some of those other seasons, he comes in, he's looking big. He's like Shaq. He can kind of play himself into shape during the season. I don't know if he can do that this season, no matter how long he stays on.
He looks
well. And one thing that we did see a bit was CT talking about how close him and Anissa are. Maybe I don't think that's a good thing.
Maybe too
it's
close.
Like they just go to like, I don't know, some all you can eat at Applebee's and say like, all right, loser pays, like until one of them taps out.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I might take my money on. Nah, I'm always putting my money on Anissa on that. What am I, crazy? So Leo and Sydney pick up the win. a good little confessional to start the episode or start the daily for them. Calling us narps. We're two Division I athletes. Kind of gave me a little smirk. Sydney looking bad. The trio. I know.
Is that the second time you've mentioned Sydney today?
Yes, she's just throwing 100.
You seem horny tonight.
I am. I'm just all over the place.
The higher level guys will understand.
I know you've always said, Andy, Sydney, Izzy, and D might be like the hottest trio of rookies that we've had in a long time.
I mean, I don't hate that, and it's also a 5, maybe 4, a 5, maybe 4, and a 4.
Enough of the hour rankings. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. CT, Leica finished last. Olivia's the hangnails. So it's kind of funny when that moment happens. Now I kind of low key forget like what the fuck the scenario is of like, okay, so are we voting a team in now? Are we voting
Same.
two? And I'm just like, just waiting for whatever comes up.
And then when they voted Anissa, it was like, oh, so she's going in?
Yeah.
No. We did a vote for the vote. What are we doing?
God. So we talk about the rookie plan after the daily, where they talk about Izzy being the decoy, which to me that makes no sense. Like Izzy's like Olivia's best friend. So why would you? Did I miss something with that? Like, why would you use her as a decoy?
I think it was. I think it seemed like this little episode long new threat alliance kind of trumped everything else, and it trumped like whatever any girl had going with Olivia. To where, I mean, going back to the bus ride, all the rookies are on the same bus, and Leo is kind of like the leader of them all at this point, and he says like, we're all going to band together, and so they basically say, we're going to tell the rest of the house, aka the vets, that like Izzy's going to go in, even though we know it's going to be, we don't know which vet at this point, but like it's going to be a vet. I guess the thing that kind of was going through my mind during all of this, and now, especially now that we see how the elimination plays out, is first thing is when the daily happens and Leo and Sydney win, that did feel big just because it was a rookie team, and there was only I think 2 of them in the whole cast, and so it felt like a time where like they could actually capitalize on the fact that all the rookies were kind of on the same page. But then it's like going forward, it seems like this is already kind of crumbling. Like I don't think this is going to be a thing next episode. And then it made me think like next episode or this episode, what would have happened if a 1-1 team won? Because then obviously the vet wouldn't be on board with that. So I think it's just kind of all over the place, and I feel like this is already kind of crumbling.
I agree. And I don't want to dive in too deep, but it's like if you take a shot at, in this instance, the queen in Olivia, you better not miss. Well, they did. And it's not necessarily Leo's fault, because I actually really liked Leo's whole plan throughout all this. They didn't they just Lekka couldn't execute. But it is kind of funny seeing Leo lead these clowns, which again, he did a good job. They did everything according to plan. I've got my rookie rankings pulled up, and on the bottom, hold on. At the bottom, I had my LVPs for that episode, for episode 0, and my LVP for that episode was Leo because he openly chose to have Anissa be his partner. So that's the guy who's running the rookies right now, is the guy who had a choice between Anissa and Naya, and he picked Anissa, which, I mean, Naya went home a while ago, but come on.
Leo's kind of smirk. I'm not going to lie.
I like him.
He's kind of insane. Mikey Doctor writes, "Is this the strongest rookie alliance in any season? Typically, they get picked apart right away or rounded up by Wes."
Or Nani.
Stay tuned for next episode.
Yes.
This has to be the strongest rookie alliance, right?
I think it's too early.
Ooh.
What about Invasion? Wasn't that kind of the whole premise? Wasn't that the Young Bucks? Like, I just picture Nelly T and Corey kind of leading the charge there. Am I crazy?
Kind of. On that season, I think they were actually on opposite sides, but I also think most of that cast, they weren't all rookies. They were all very, very new. I don't think they were fresh rookies. There's a lot of typing going on. I can hear.
Yeah, but I kind of like it. I like that the fact that, and I think as of recent times, like I just picture when it's just Jay and Michelle running the house and everyone else falling in line. I hate that shit. Like it's just constant kiss the ring, and there's no pushback. I just hope we still have pushback moving forward. Because again, they took the shot, they missed. Let's just hope they can stay strong. Stay strong, don't break. But I don't know if they will.
So I think now we talk about probably my favorite moment of the episode. CT versus Turbo. You good, Andy? You're like breathing so heavy.
What did you think about it, Trev?
I fucking love that shit. And sorry, people are just annoying. I think Turbo. First off, anybody who thinks CT actually threw that challenge is crazy to me. Insane. Like he's just that.
Agreed.
Fat. So Turbo to call him out, like you threw that challenge after like those rookies were kind of like stirring the pot. It was very like best way to describe it is if you have like this neighborhood person that would kind of like bully / like try to stir the pot. So they'd be like, "Oh, Alex, you should like do something to Alex or do something to Andy." Alex, you should do something to Andy. And then you kept doing it over and over. Oh, he said this, he said that. And then as soon as it happens, they like back up and they're just out of the way and they're just, they just let it happen. That was the vibe that I got.
Yeah, I mean, I loved the fight. CT and Turbo are two just like fun guys to see in a fight like that. And we obviously know how insane Turbo is. He gets in a fight every single season at this point. And then CT is 45-year-old CT who's been doing 20 seasons. And he's not like the same guy who's punching people in the face. But you do get these blowouts from him every now and then. I feel like a couple of years ago we got it against that guy from University of Tennessee. I think his name was Fezzi. You also got a blowout with Josh, I think, a few seasons ago. And so to just see this happen against Turbo was very fun. And I agree. I also, Turbo just seemed like he was feeding off of the rookies in the room. It gave me vibes of last season when Bananas was kind of going at it with somebody at the bar. I think maybe Tori. And they just cut to Jordan and Corey, and they were just dying in the background. That was kind of the vibes I got when I think it was Jeremy and Cedric. And then I think it was Jeremy who literally said in a confessional, like, I got to go tell the rest of the house. And he's telling people, you see people running over from like other rooms to kind of peek in. Like that moment, probably more so than any other moment this season, felt like old school challenge. When it's like people are yelling at each other, people are going to get other people to bring them in. That felt like something you'd see in like 2013.
Oh, I do.
I don't hate that take at all.
So I know we talked about we all kind of liked this episode. Is this the reason we got this kind of classic 2013-esque challenge moment? We had the bus back too. 2 for 2. What would be the third reason why we liked it? No Tej coin flip into a pond. Yeah, Alex, can we talk about that? Me and Andy were flabbergasted by the coin flip of him on first off, he's like in the middle of the pool on those steps and he flips a coin up, it lands in the bottom of the pool. There's a 0% chance he knows what it is looking in the water. And he's just like tails. Like, come on.
I mean, you guys covered it perfectly last week. Watching it, it just seemed like there was no way because you could kind of see he was standing in the middle of the pool. And then Trev, I think you said on the pod, like, it was a great point. Like, if you're TJ and you're flipping a coin, you can't be bothered to walk 5 feet onto the fucking concrete or the grass or something other than literally a pool. The worst place to flip a coin. Like, that was so stupid.
Give that cameraman a raise. They literally were like in the water showing it was tails.
God, that was awesome.
But
you're right. This was a simple episode. Like the format of this episode was simple. Little bit of drama up front with the bus shot, daily drama post daily about the daily, and then the drama pre-vote was about the vote. Like it's so crazy that it's just not rocket science. And when they give us something like this, it's a great episode.
Low key, tonight's episode also, I didn't feel like it dragged. It was very quick.
No. I agree.
Like 90 minutes.
During maybe like the second-ish commercial, I remember looking at my phone and it was 8:40 and I was like, oh, it's only 8:40? Like they had already gotten in a lot in the first half. And I was here for it. And then they put in 5 commercials in the last 30 minutes and it's like, all right.
Back to Ben. Classic. So after the CT turbo, do we need to talk about anything at the club?
I think this was an incredibly weak club.
Yeah, I don't really think there was anything happening. If there was a moment in the club, it would have been a phenomenal episode tonight. But just kind of like a boring, they went out, nothing too crazy. You know, the casual, oh, who are you going to vote for? Oh, who are you going to vote for? Oh, I heard you're going to vote for this person, blah, blah, blah. Like nothing too exciting. So moving on to the actual voting. So Leo and Sydney have the vote. This is where Leo kind of goes off the rails a little bit and just like speaks nonstop for like 10 minutes. And he picks Anissa. Like, you're telling me we couldn't just say Anissa's name like right out of the gate? So
it was stupid. I feel like when they do somebody giving a long speech that's not needed, I feel like that's happened a few times. And I can't recall exactly who it's been, but I think that's happened a few times. And yeah, especially for somebody like Anissa, I don't think we need to spend any more second. Or I think it was Theo who said 15 seconds. If you go over that, like nobody's listening.
Yeah. So Anissa gets voted in, and now we have the House vote, which is Anissa or Olivia. And I believe I think it was like 6-4 or 7-4, something like that, which Olivia went in over Anissa. So we have Olivia versus Lika. And what'd you think? Elimination. You like it? You hate it? Alex, go ahead.
I like the elimination. I think it was a fun thing to have. I was just going to say, can we kind of break down the voting and the decision real quick?
Oh, I didn't think it was that complicated, right? It was 6-4.
Well,
right?
Yeah, but I guess
the Leroy scene?
We got the Leroy and Izzy thing, and I guess going back one step before that was just like being surprised that it was Anissa. Were you guys surprised about that? I mean, I think Leo was clearly going for a vet anyway, and I don't know if he wanted somebody that would like lose to Olivia, but just in general, were you guys kind of surprised that Anissa was the pick? And then were you surprised that Olivia got more votes than her?
I was
I
was surprised at first that Olivia was their choice, which was really like Leo's secret choice because he told no one. But it was the smart choice because I do think they were trying to get Olivia out. And once the voting started, then you kind of understood why it was Anissa because people were legitimately torn. Like if he threw in like Ashley or Nani or
Aviv.
Aviv, like they would be going in. When you make it Anissa who does have these relationships, then people vote to throw in Olivia. So I was surprised the second the actual voting started. It was like, all right, I like this.
Oh God, I'm tired. Yeah, I wasn't really that surprised. Anissa was kind of a burn vote. Like, I don't know. Were you surprised, Alex?
I guess I was kind of surprised that Olivia got more votes than whoever the other girl was going to be, just because like she seemed so drunkenly confident a week ago about like, make me the hangnail, blah blah blah,
The
and
hangnail hubris.
yeah, and they've just been kind of setting her up all season to be like, I have numbers everywhere, I'm so protected, and then like the first time where it was actually like Olivia's on the table versus one single other person, that other person was safe and Olivia was not. So I guess just the principle of it kind of surprised me. But yeah, we get Olivia going into elimination. Like you said earlier, it is one of those things every week now where it's like you forget, okay, is there a hangnail? Are they, remember the other, like next week they're going to save a team? Are they saving a team? And so we get Olivia and Leica, as you said, into elimination.
I like
Yeah. So, all right. So, what do you guys think of the elimination then?
I really wanted to see Anissa in this elimination. That would have been just A1 entertainment. I don't know what she would have more of a problem with, running up or getting back over, because like you had to climb back over, and I could just it probably went up to like her armpits, and I can just see her.
So, Andy, let me go this route with you. I believe tonight's final score was 10-8.
Yep.
Olivia. Anissa 1.5. Does she get it done?
In 5 minutes, I'm gonna give her the yes. I am. I didn't think she would. Again, I didn't think she would necessarily die. I don't think it would be impossible. I just think it would be absolutely hilarious to watch. I could see her coming in at 3.
I'm taking that under.
That's one every minute and a half.
I think under.
Actually, but Lika got 8.
So the thing I think was that would trip Anissa, who wasn't even in the elimination tonight. The thing that I think would trip her up is like the fact that it wasn't like a straight ramp. It was like the little rolling things. And that tonight wasn't really a factor because you had two people in Olivia and Leica who were very just like light on their feet and they're quick and they don't like drag down at all. But you throw Anissa in there, who's probably, combined their weight and then add a couple 100 pounds. And then she's going up. Like, I think she could do it if it was just like a wooden ramp or something. But once she gets kind of rolling on those things, I don't know if she's recovering from that.
I think 1.5 is a really good line. I'm still going to take the over and back her, but I just want to watch it. I want to see it happen.
I would never hear. I cannot believe I heard the words. I'm backing Anissa.
That's surprising.
For 1.5.
And okay, you said she would still be up on the poll from 10 seasons.
Whoa. That's not a take. That's not me going out on a limb. That's just a scientific fact that she would have died on that poll.
Go
ahead.
You also got to factor in when they came back down the ramp, wasn't there a button there too that they had to press? You also got to factor in that if she does 1 and she gets to the top and she rolls down, because she's not going to do it gracefully. If she rolls down, she's probably going to knock that whole thing over and then just be DQ'd just from an equipment failure standpoint.
It's a good point too.
I just think there's a lot of things that can go wrong in that situation.
I mean, did you see how big those treadmills were? They were worried. Thing. So what do we think? Olivia picking up the win. Were we surprised? I was a little surprised that how it started. I mean, Olivia was behind in the beginning.
It was just I was. I don't know if I was surprised at the beginning because Leica is an athlete. She's a D1 athlete. They showed us, the pictures of her at Buffalo. She's in a good shape. Like she's, done conditioning stuff before. And I don't know if I was necessarily surprised by the ending. I just think like this was just a good old fashioned gas out. We've seen it a million times. We've seen people who jump out to a lead. Most of the time, it's rookies, people who are new to the challenge. They don't really. I mean, you would think Leica would like know how to pace herself a bit better, but most of the time, it's people who don't know how to pace themselves, or maybe they underestimate the person they're going against, and you just see the other person who just kind of maintains the steady pace the entire time. Like we've seen this happen before, so it wasn't super surprising. It was just kind of like I don't know. But I also did feel surprised watching it, if that makes sense.
I'm trying to figure this out right now. I somebody take over for a quick second because I'm pretty sure, like, I'm pretty sure I produced a basketball game when I was at Xavier when she played and I was there.
That sounds fake.
I'm trying to pull it up. I think
So, anyways, I thought this was honestly my takeaway from this. The initial thing was, yes, watching Anissa do this would have been incredible. Then two, Lekka did gas out, which was tough to see. And then C, Olivia's good. Like we've talked about that multiple times. Like aside from her running the political game, even though I hate it, like she is competing when she needs to compete. And this was a prime example of that. And she was down early, didn't phase her. She just kept going and ended up winning. That was my tertiary takeaway.
I was incorrect. We played the men's team twice. Hand up. For some reason, I thought we played their women's team. So I was checking the stats.
Yeah, I agree with Andy's point, and I just think this was like Leica looked like if you were just to do like a preseason power ranking next season. Let's say all of these rookie girls come back, she's number one, if not number two. Like she's high up there. Like she is what? She's not.
No, Sydney.
She is number for the girls.
We're not looking at those rankings.
4.
She's number. No, she is. So D, Izzy are tied for 1.
I think she's better than Izzy.
Sydney and Adrian are right behind.
Adrian
are right behind her.
I'm not talking looks.
Lekka's right there.
Come on.
I'm talking actual being good at challenge shit.
She's not better than Sydney. She's not better than D.
She's not better. What's D done?
D looked good today, and she looked good.
Did she?
D was number 1 in the preseason power rankings when she was with Bananas.
Lakers looked better than like almost any rookie that we've seen this season.
Has she?
How is she not?
How has she?
She fucking almost won the daily single-handedly, even though her partner was in the water looking like a buoy.
Correct. What else? What else from this season has been impressive?
He had a good daily a couple weeks ago.
No, see, the same question you're asking about. Well, what have they done this season? If you ask the same about Lekka,
he has done nothing.
That's like you saying the dog with Jordan.
I mean, Leka is a 3, maybe 2, and that's why she's going home.
She's better than that. I think she's top 5.
Is
Bro.
she? Isn't it episode 5? Is she?
She's better than America or whatever her name is. Blue.
America's a 2, not a 3, maybe 2.
She's better than America. I think she's better than Izzy. Not in looks, but she's better than Izzy. Didn't she suck at Sudoku with bananas? Yes, she did. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Is Alex right?
All right, Mikey.
So she was actually responsible for killing the season.
Oh my God, you're right. That's a great.
And Alex says she's number 1 of the rookie girls.
I mean, that was one of the worst takes.
I mean, you guys are talking like D's just been jumping off the screen.
Have you been watching?
She's bad.
That's not what I mean.
God.
There's a reason she was the first rookie female taken in the draft.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, because Bananas had the pick.
Exactly.
43.
God. Yeah, she's better than Tay. Adrian.
Yeah. Tay was a 1.
She's like 5 on the rookie girls.
Yeah, that's what the rankings say. And
No.
then you knock the rankings.
All right. Do we have segments?
What about with PPR? Where is she?
PPR is a whole different story.
She might be 3. A 3.5 to a 2.5. All right, moving on. So yeah, she goes home. Boo-hoo. Segments? Anything else?
Yes.
Radar watch?
All right, let's do radar watch. I think there's still a lot of good picks.
All right, radar watch. Alex, we'll give you the first pick tonight.
I'm gonna go with Jake.
Who?
I think he literally said 0 words tonight.
Good pick. Good pick. I'm gonna go and I really just need a minute to myself here. I'm gonna go that bitch Derek K. Broken leg bitch, challenge maniac, that loser. How's he still on the show? Does he still have a leg? Like, he's a baby back. He's a BBB, baby back bitch. So.
Jesus. This is radar watch.
Yeah, I know. But where has he been?
I know. Usually it's like, oh, radar watch, this person, where are they? And you just called him a bitch in like 5 different ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pussy.
3 little.
God, I ain't mad at that. I think both picks were really good. I actually have one that I really like, but he's a rookie, and I'm anti-picking rookies for radar watch because I think it's too chalky. So I'm gonna go with Ashley.
Smashly?
Yeah, she typically she kind of forces her way into a lot of the drama, and Mikey the Doctor just. Oh no, that was about Corey's partner. I think that is right. But I thought we'd see more out of Ashley considering the amount of drama that was cooked up tonight. But my rookie one was Yermi. Where the fuck's he?
He was there. He was stirring the pot in the Yermi and Tarzan and his Janes at the little end. There was that little graphic.
He was laughing.
Yeah. All right. Last segment of tonight, MVP, LVP. You guys know what to do. First order of tonight will be our MVP, LVP.
I think it's going to be Andy, Alex, Trev.
I think it's going to be Alex, Trev, Andy.
I think it's going to be Trev, Alex, Andy.
Alex, Trev, Andy. That's what I said, right?
We got to check the tapes.
We'll check the tapes.
Come on. I think I said that.
Real quick before I give my MVP, since I'm first here, can I share with you guys my favorite under the radar moment from tonight's episode?
Let's hear it.
Please.
Very, very radar watch-y. it was when they came back from a commercial and they were doing a very quick montage of just like different cast members. It was after the daily, just like different cast members interacting. So it wasn't like full scenes or anything.
Okay.
But there was I think it was the first one after commercial, a 5-second interaction of Theo walking into the bedroom with Olivia. Does anybody remember what he like said to her? He said something along the lines of, "Are you still tired?"
Did he?
Olivia, as we've known,
Pregnant?
pregnant on this season. I just kind of I saw that. They didn't spend any time on it, but I just kind of dashed it away.
Ooh.
So you think they might know?
Oh, they know.
They know?
They know.
They know.
Interesting.
So we'll see. We'll see.
All right.
All right.
Who you got? MVP?
My MVP, I'm going to go with, I don't love doing it because I don't particularly enjoy this person on the season, but I got to go with Olivia. It's like her number was finally called. She's been talking a big game. Honestly, she's been running the shit for most of the season so far. And her number was finally called against a D1 athlete who did not play a game that Trevor was producing, but still a D1 athlete. And she won, and she came from behind and like all of that. So I'm just going to, as much as I don't love, giving her any praise, like she deserves it. So I'm going to go Olivia.
Good pick.
That's a good pick. And I think that what I keep coming back to when I find myself hating her is she's performing. She's performing. And I can always get behind people who are performing, especially when it's Olivia.
Good pick. I'm going to go with my MVP. I'm going to go with Sydney.
I like that. I had her on my list.
She's bad, and she's great at the fucking game. She called the NARPs out. She picked up the daily. She threw in Anissa. They wanted to play. They wanted to see where the vets would go. Now everybody knows everybody's cards. Doesn't get much better than this. I'm going Sydney.
I like it.
That's a good pick.
I'm in between two. All right. I feel good about this one. I'm going to give my MVP to Leo.
Ooh.
He rallied the troops. He got all the rookies who've been playing a pretty scared game up to this point to actually take a shot. They took a shot. He had this secret vote that he wasn't telling anyone. It ended up being Anissa that worked out to get Olivia thrown in. Like, Leo concocted a pretty damn good plan this entire episode. Not to mention the fact that he won the daily, which then gave him even more power to use. So I think aside from the outcome, like, Leo planned this thing perfectly and won the daily.
Good pick.
All right. I'll lead us back into LVP. I have three LVP.
I just want a viewer's note, and I just want clarification. That pick that just happened was our 995th MVP, LVP, I believe. We're 5 away from 1,000. Is that correct, Alex? I just want to make sure that the viewers know. Is that right?
Yes.
So after tonight, after Alex makes his MVP pick, his pick will be 998.
Yeah.
Okay.
LVP. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant. Just wanted to clarify. So next week's episode, we will have our 1,000th in STP history, our 1,000th MVP LVP.
Yes. Thanks.
Wow.
Thanks for reminding all of us. Yes, that is true.
Okay. I forgot if we were 6 away or 8 away, and I was just trying to make sure before somebody gets.
Yes, we're not crossing the 1,000 mark tonight. We will next week. Yeah, we'll get to 1,000 all time combined MVP and LVP picks in STP history.
Insane. All right.
That's
so
incredible. No, I'm glad. This was actually one of the rare Trevor interruptions that I like.
Where'd he go?
Oh God.
All right, so here's going to be my LVP, and it's going to be. I think I have to make it challenge production. I think that's the right terminology, and here's why. I was back and forth between a couple picks. The one thing that pissed me off the most about this episode was the result of Lekka and CT getting last place.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could say like CT didn't climb the ladder, he didn't do anything. Who cares? Lekka did collect all 5, complete the puzzle, and they made it back to the dock. And then production just said, oh, well, actually, because CT didn't climb the ladder, you guys get dead last. Why? When did they ever say that beforehand? It was climb up. And the strategy was one partner's going to get 3 or 4, one partner's going to get 2 or 1. Like, they never said both people have to go up, both people have to contribute. They just stole what should have been an all-time performance from Lekka out from underneath her. Like, yeah, you can point the blame to CT, but he wasn't the one who made that decision of how it was going to be judged. Production did, and that was bullshit.
So Productions is your LVP?
Yes.
I mean, Production's got to be a top 5 LVP in history now.
We'll get into that.
Well, maybe we'll do a pod on MVP, LVP histories, but we'll get into
Mount
it.
Rushmore.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, if you're going production, fuck production. I agree. Great pick. I mean, you're just de-weighting a LeBron to me. I got to go CT. CT's a fucking bum. That performance today, atrocious. The fact, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't even think he apologized. There was no like, hey, like, I fucked it up. I'm so sorry. Like, it is what it is kind of thing. Like, that's fucked up. So.
Yeah, that's a good
I agree.
Point. It seemed like he was more concerned after the fact with telling people that he didn't throw it, which like he should have done. Like he didn't throw it, like, and he has to stick up for himself. But there really wasn't a whole lot of remorse for just, ruining Leica's game and then sending her home ultimately. Yeah.
Alex, LVP, take us home.
I was going to go CT. I'm glad my backup option is still here. I was kind of between the two Fats. I'm going to go with Anissa. I just think, the fact that her game, it seems like every week is just getting exposed. And she was a vote and a coin toss into the water away from being into elimination. And I mean, God, if we could have seen her in this elimination tonight, that would have been legendary. But yeah, I think this just showed that like we're getting to episode 7 next week, which is about the time she goes home anyway. So I think we're getting very close to Anissa's number being called. And I just think everybody at this point is catching on to her game. So I'm going to give it to Anissa.
Good pick.
That's a good pick. And the CT Anissa combo of LVPs, I love to see. I think it was warranted. They are now teammates for next episode. And what I've been hearing is their team name, much like the duo of Dumb and Dumber. It's actually Chub and Chubbier. You pick who's who. I think there's an argument each way. But they are like that team is probably minus 400 to be at risk, whether that's at risk of losing the daily, at risk of being voted in, or at risk of diabetes. It's a little bit of everything.
Let me go this route with you. That team in challenge history, is that the most
heavy,
out of shape, heavy team of all time? I know Big Easy was big.
You got to think about Easy with somebody.
I to be honest, I thought you were gonna say most like seasons of all time, most experience.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
I guess I should have been thinking about pounds instead.
Most seasons could also be interesting because I'm sure it's like Cajun, cayenne pepper, paprika. Like I'm sure they just love all of them.
I mean, come on.
I just hope if we're talking about Anissa and CT, what do we have a team name for them? Olive Garden?
It's
Do we have anything?
it's Chubb and Chubbier.
Okay, Chubby and Chubby.
No, Golden Corral.
I just hope that next week. I guess we did get previews of it. They're in race cars, right?
Yes. Can they fit?
That's a good question. I was gonna
It's
say though. What I was gonna say was I hope that next week it isn't just like trivia or something because that's something that they could win. But I hope that the daily, we know it's race cars. I hope it's something that involves moving, running, any sort of physical activity. It's race cars, so like maybe there's a checkpoint where they have to run between things. So at this point, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping
You know what it's gonna be next week? Anissa, no, it's gonna be CT's gonna go in to elimination. And it's gonna be that challenge. I forget if it was, I think it was Rivals. No, I might have been X's too. No, X's one. I forget. One of those seasons. They all blend together with the cookies. Like, oh, how many cookies can you eat in 3 minutes? And it was like, oh, and it was that skinny ass dude eating 13 cookies or
it
whatever.
was the Lil
The guy-
Dicky lookalike.
yes, he
Yes.
looked like Lil Dicky.
Yeah, and
Yes.
he ate like 4 cookies. And
So you know that if that elimination happened next week, and CT's like, I think my partner Nisa can eat 14 brownies. You know, she'd say more.
he's just like,
She's kind of trying to break the rules.
She chimes in like she's not even supposed to be like saying anything. She's like 18.
you know what she would do? She would win that elimination, and then she would ask Tej to have a plate to go walking out. She's like on the bus.
You know what could be the potential saving grace for them winning the daily is if it happens to be a Burger King sponsored scenario. And then it becomes like where a mom has the strength to lift a car to save her baby. Like Anissa, she could be in a race, like a 40-yard dash with somebody, but at the end of it, if it's just like a Whopper and some chicken fries, she's going to turn into Xavier Worthy.
And then it could be something, one of those where TJ tells them beforehand, you know, the winner of this daily gets to pick like 2 other teams to come with them on this like cruise where they're going to, you know, indulge in all this Burger King. And they just say,
No thanks.
can we just go on by ourselves?
All right. On that note, anything else for tonight's episode?
I don't think we're back. I think we're on the right track to being back.
There needs to be a lot of things to happen to be back. That's all I'm saying. But Alex thinks we're back. That's crazy to me.
5 seconds.
Well, he didn't watch last episode, but we got a little Mario Party daily today. We're gonna have Mario Kart next week. They just keep following Mario. See what he's up to.
It's like Bowser and Wario in the same cart. Double dash.
Kind of scary. Bowser's Castle? Scary. As I always say when Alex goes to the random box in Mario Party with Andy, Dark Star.
Watch it. Dark Star.
Dark Star. Very scary. All right. On that note, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Actually, yeah, wait. I want to bring this up. We brought it up last week. Mikey the Doctor brings up 3-week break. Alex, have you heard anything on this? Is this happening?
I've seen rumors that of the 3-week break that you brought up last week. I've also seen similar but opposing rumors that it's not true. So I don't know.
Okay. If there is a 3-week break, are you recording? I've been on record saying if a 3-week break happens, I'm done for the season.
You're not done for the season.
I'm tagging in George.
You're not done for the season.
I can't take 3 weeks off. I mean, what are we doing?
I think it is I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen. When is it? Do we know?
I know MTV's very busy, and it's kind of ridiculous that they can't squeeze it in. But like, to me, it's one time a week. How hard can it be? Supposedly September. What's today? The 3rd, September 17th is the last episode, and then a 3-week break happens, and then it doesn't come back until October 8th, I believe. So yeah,
The interns must be on fall break.
I mean,
Are they going to get the
They
scheduled
tweet
tweets
tonight.
out?
they tweet tonight because I might change my LVP vote to the.
Did they
Oh,
send?
you said production, so that's good enough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think-
that includes the interns.
I think they sent out their one tweet, right?
I'm looking right now.
What a joke.
I mean, let's just schedule a tweet like 72 hours in advance. Yep, one tweet tonight at 11 a.m.
They're so fucking lazy. Didn't they? They used to like live tweet the episode, did they not?
They used to, yeah.
Wow.
It's embarrassing. It really is.
Well, I think Rob Deerdeck probably complained. They're like, hey, MTV social department, why are you live tweeting the challenge and you're not live tweeting ridiculousness? And they said, well, we don't have a team full of 15 people to work around the clock. That had to have been it.
Yeah.
All right.
All righty. On that note, thank you guys for listening to a brand new Stir the Pod podcast show. I've been your host, Trevor. You can follow us on Twitter at Stir the Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at Stir_the_pod. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Shout out George. Go to bed, George. Good night.
Love you guys.